2 Kings 23. You got Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth. You got 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel, 1 Kings, and then 2 Kings. If you go to 1 Chronicles, you've gone too far to your right. I believe we left off at the death of King Josiah in 2 Kings 23. It was around the 30th verse. We took a detour into, I believe, 1 Kings 35 to get a little more detail as to what actually happened to Josiah. But now we're going to delve in a little more and try to see if we can complete this chapter of 2 Kings 23. So we're going to start at 2 Kings 23 and 31. Is that okay? So we're ready? We're excited? We're ready?
Yes.
All right. Amen. Here we go. And Jehoahaz was 23 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 3 months in Jerusalem. Wow, that's a bummer. That didn't last long, did it? He reigned 3 months in Jerusalem, and his mother's name was Hamutal, the daughter of Jeremiah of Libnah. That's not the same Jeremiah that is Jeremiah the prophet who wrote the book of Jeremiah and the book of Lamentations. This is a different Jeremiah. Verse 32. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, according to all that his fathers had done. And Pharaoh Necho put him in bands at Riblah in the land of Hamath, that he might not reign in Jerusalem, and put the land to a tribute of 100 talents of silver and a talent of gold. And Pharaoh Necho made Eliakim, the son of Josiah, king in the room of Josiah his father, and turned his name to Jehoiakim, and took Jehoahaz away, and he came to Egypt and died there. And Jehoiakim gave the silver and the gold to Pharaoh, but he taxed the land to give the money according to the commandment of Pharaoh. He exacted the silver and the gold of the people of the land, of everyone according to his taxation, to give it unto Pharaoh Necho. Jehoiakim was 25 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 11 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Zebudah, the daughter of Pedaiah of Rumah. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, according to all that his fathers had done. So we see right here, we had a very great king, Josiah. Even though Josiah did not turn to the Lord in prayer and seek God's counsel before he went to battle against Pharaoh Necho. We, of course, talked about last Sunday. That's how he lost his life. He died at 39. He went into a battle that he should not have gone into, that he never consulted the Lord about. As a result, he died in that battle. And so this one of his sons, Jehoahaz, takes over. But Pharaoh Necho, who was the same guy who was responsible for killing Josiah, his father, he moves in on Jehoahaz, conquers him. He only serves 3 months. But even during those 3 months, he did evil in the sight of the Lord. In just 3 months, according to verse 32 of 2 Kings 23, Jehoahaz, he was doing evil. He did not follow the ways of Josiah, who was a good king. And so we now see that Pharaoh Necho, he actually removes Jehoahaz from power, takes him down to Egypt in bands, and according to verse 34, Jehoahaz, he dies in Egypt. So that's very tragic for him. But then he takes Jehoahaz's half-brother, a guy named Jehoiakim. Well, actually he was named Eliakim, but Pharaoh Necho changed his name to Jehoiakim, which it gets kind of confusing sometimes when you read in the Bible. You have multiple names for the same people, so you kind of have to be careful when you read this text. But anyway, Jehoiakim was Jehoahaz's half-brother, and Pharaoh made him a puppet king, if you will. So Pharaoh put him in charge, but then he said, okay, I want you to tax the people. I want you to get to tax them silver and gold, but I want you to send the silver and gold to Egypt. All right? And that's what this particular king did, Jehoiakim. He taxed the people according to Pharaoh. He was still king, but he was basically a puppet king because Pharaoh pulled the strings, right? And so then it says in verse 36, Jehoiakim was 25 years old. It gives the name of his mother, which is a different mother from Jehoahaz, the previous king. That's how we know that they were half brothers, not whole brothers. Obviously, Josiah had more than one wife, which the Bible recommended against, but he did it anyway, as many of the kings did. But I digress. But even Jehoiakim, when he served, according to verse 37, he did evil in sight of the Lord. And so you go from this good king, and then both of his children, right off the bat, they're doing evil in the sight of the Lord instead of doing those things that the Lord would have them to do. All right? So it didn't take from one generation for the kingdom of Judah to kind of revert back into some of their old ways, even though Josiah had done this great reformation and he had really cleaned up a lot of stuff, even going back to Solomon. He had cleaned up the kingdoms, and then now his sons are coming back and starting to do evil in the land again. All right? So do we have any questions or comments about that segment of the chapter? Okay, I want to continue this through a bit through chapter 24. I'm sorry, you have a question? Yes.
So whenever Josiah went and died, Pharaoh took over Israel.
You mean Pharaoh Necho?
Yeah.
Yeah. When he died, Pharaoh Necho would come along later, and he basically took over Israel or Jerusalem, because it says here in verse 33, and Pharaoh Necho put him in bands at Riblah in the land of Hamath, that he might not reign in Jerusalem, and put the land to a tribute of 100 talents of silver and a talent of gold. So Pharaoh Necho obviously besieged the land after Josiah, and he had such control that he was able to take down one king and put up another king. So Pharaoh Necho, the Pharaoh of Egypt, was remotely controlling what was going on in Judah. Yeah. So does it kind of answer the question?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. And so, but God had already predicted this back in 2 Kings 22. He had told Josiah, he said, you'll see peace in your day, but after your day, I'm going to exact my punishment on Judah because they have been disobedient to my word. There were still consequences to be paid for Judah's disobedience for all those other previous years. All right.